as red. She's got the spices, smile so bright. Cooking with Judith right by my side. By my side. Chop, chop, sizzle, frying pan heat. From pancakes to a fancy feast. Cooking with Judith, fun to say the least. The least.
Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Judith. Today, I know we're all turkeyed out, but who doesn't like chicken wings? I am going to do a Chinese version of chicken wings. Normally these would be done with the full wing, but I just have a selection of drumettes and winglets, flats. And we're going to use white pepper, garlic powder, black pepper, sesame oil, Shoaxing wine, light soy sauce, some salt, and we'll coat it in a mixture of flour and cornstarch. And then they will be deep fried till crispy. So let's get cooking. So to start with, we want to marinate our chicken wings. And we're going to use an 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper. The recipe I have is actually for 10 full chicken wings. And I only have maybe equivalent to 4. So we're gonna hope we don't over season here. But a tiny bit of black pepper. And I'm gonna go slightly less than 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper. If you like pepper and you like things spicy, go ahead and throw in the whole 1/4 teaspoon. And 1/4 teaspoon of garlic. And I'm not terribly big on salty things. I mean, I like salt, but I'm not used to a lot of salt. So I'm only going to use 1 teaspoon of salt, which is going to be plenty for this amount of wings. If you were doing the full 10 full wings, you'd want to go with about 1.5 teaspoons. Oops, I forgot the sugar. And about half a teaspoon of sugar. And we get into our liquids. We want 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. I'm going to do slightly less just because of the difference in the volume of what I'm making. And I'm using light soy sauce. Go ahead and use dark if you prefer. It will just change the color of your finished wings. And again, 1 tablespoon or slightly less for my recipe, or for this amount of wings, of the Shoaxing wine. It is a Chinese cooking wine. If you can't find it, white wine will work fine. And 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. There we go. And I am using the full teaspoon. I like sesame oil, and I like the flavor it gives. And we're going to crack in an egg. I'm just going to mix that well. And my wings are really cold, so I have a feeling they might be still partially frozen. But this is going to marinate at room temperature. Do not put it in the fridge for 2 hours. If you do want to put it in the fridge, just make sure that you return your wings to room temperature before you progress in the recipe. Okay, and then we're going to add our flour. Oops, all in there. And cornstarch. Oops. And cornstarch tends to make a mess. At least when you do it that way. Okay. Okay, and give that a good mix together. Seeing lumps, just give it a good mix together. Make sure there's no real big lumps of anything. Okay. Now we're going to hope that this isn't too wet when we go to fry it. The amount of liquid and the number of wings we're using, it's going to be kind of wet. But that's okay, we'll deal with that later. Of course, if you have egg white on hand, you could use just egg white instead of a whole egg. And that will make an even crispier chicken, but it's going to be crispy enough anyway. So I'm just going to cover that and we're going to let it marinate for 2 hours. Okay, I'll let this go a little longer because I thought my wing bits were probably still a little frozen. But we want to make sure there's no extra liquid down there. Love that. The sesame oil smell is just so prominent. Okay, so what we want is a thin coating of the batter on each piece, and that's what we got. So we're going to deep fry these at 325 Fahrenheit until they're golden brown. Shouldn't take longer than 5 or 6 minutes. Then we take them out and let them rest and cool a bit, and then we double fry. So the last batch in the deep fryer. I'm sorry if it's really dark, but this is a dark corner in my kitchen. Now we just have to wait 4 or 5 minutes for these to get cooked. And we do want them cooked because the next step, they are going to go back in the deep fryer, but it isn't going to be long enough to cook them through. It's just to crisp up the coating. Okay, as you can see, one of my chicken pieces wasn't quite cooked through, so I did put it back in the deep fryer just to make sure. We do not want undercooked chicken. That's never good. Now, one word, if you look, they look wonderful and crispy. They're not. As they cool down, the liquid from the chicken comes out and softens the coating. So that's why you do a double fry. Okay, we've done our second fry. Pull out. And again, we're going to put it on a plate with paper towel and a wrap. I'm not changing the paper towel because the chicken isn't going to touch that anyway. As you notice, it looks significantly darker. Smells wonderful. And what's the test they do to see if your chicken's crispy? Ouch. It's hot. Oh, it's crispy. Okay, time to eat. So this is Chinese chicken wings, and generally they're done with the whole wing, but I used cut wings, and I'm serving it with Korean banchan and rice. Chinese chicken wings are usually served with rice. Let's see. They're supposed to be crispy. Definitely getting the flavors in there. There is crispiness. I'm gonna have some pickled daikon. I think I need some chopsticks or a fork. for that momentary break, I want some soy sauce on my rice. And I got myself some chopsticks so I'm not being a total animal. Oh, that is so good. The flavor is subtle. But if you like wings that aren't really hot, screaming hot, if you want milder flavored, it's a good flavor. There isn't that much pepper in it to be hot. And that crunch is absolutely fabulous. Served with a couple of lovely pickled vegetables. This is pickled garlic, soy pickled garlic, and it's pickled daikon. And it gives you a bit more zing. Well, I can see why they serve it with rice. This is a nice accompaniment. I think this deserves to be put in my fried chicken around the world album, which I haven't actually started yet. Thank you so much for watching. I'd appreciate it if you would support my channel by clicking the like button, the subscribe button. If you click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon and you will find out when my next video is coming. There is also the option to join. That's up to you. That one does cost. And honestly, only do that if you have the money to spare. If it's not going to compromise you in any way. But it will help me to get better equipment to improve my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. And I appreciate everyone that watches, likes, and yes, likes do help a lot. Share the videos with your family and friends. That also helps. At this point, I'm going to say good night, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon with a new video.